We are so fucking back. We are so fucking back. All right. Should we give them a minute? Should we give them a minute? Should we give them a minute? Oh wow, 4 of you came back pretty quick. It's about everyone who was here before, so let's roll. Let's read. Why are we glitching already? Somebody really does not want me to read this book. Somebody really does not want me to read this book. Because they wish they thought of it sooner. But you can't just think of this stuff. It has to be given to you. It has to be worked for and gifted to you. Is it ready? Stream's good? No attitudes? Everybody's focused? Everybody's chilling? Everybody's good? Be forever always. Part 2 of Be Here Now. But by me instead of Ram Dass. Call me Ram Baba. No, wait. That was his name. Call me Illy Baba. I don't know. Call me Ram Millie. Ramilli. No, come on. Quit being silly. I don't know. Maybe. I don't fucking know. You just ask all Americans that question. Nah, we don't know what the fuck's going on. If the Illuminati is real, I'm probably in it. Like, I don't know, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no idea. I don't know. Thank you. You're cool, too. You're cool, too. A lot of people don't think I'm that cool. But I think I'm cool, and that's what counts to me. I enjoy my own company. I enjoy my life. I enjoy who I am. That's what counts to me. All this other stuff is like, it's okay, it's good. There's a lot of things about life I enjoy, but it's me that I enjoy the most, you know. So, be forever always. Thank you for awakening yourself and my love. 2 separate things. Where else would you begin? I can put it like this. What to you is the start of it? Was it before this moment? Maybe. But could it have all happened without it? I remember my first trip. And what stands out the most to me now was one very amazing moment. I was at Rothbury at the age of 17. This was 2009. I was with my boyfriend at the time, and my lover bears a resemblance that can only be considered canny because I knew him first, but focus. Just to cause a scene for your mind's eye. I sat in the forest with a guy named John, and we sat in silence for way too long, and I did nothing but stare at the wood chips and think nothing was wrong except maybe my age and I guess that guy John. We didn't make it too far out of the woods. I always wished them well. I felt comfort of someone next to me, yet it was a new unfamiliarity with the one. Familiar. Detachment? I had not wondered. I was young. These are 2 of the best pages, hands down. I was too. I was 17. I mean, you probably mean elementary school. I was in high school. Okay. I was cold, but now I'm warming up. Truly, what still stands out to me, even more particularly, was my knowing. Nice. I wouldn't have really understood that at the time. I had some great teachers and references, but it wasn't until I started to read Be Here Now, Ram Dass, 1969, out loud, like 14 years later, that I even recognized such a knowing in my young self. And I can now see in me what everyone else who ever looked at me after that has always seen, and that is this same knowing that men almost twice my age spent years searching for, that I got from my first trip. If you told me I made money talking to God or dead people or fucking my high school crush, or that I'd been some kind of holy man, back then I wouldn't have believed you. But now the proof arrived through the pages of a book birthed long before my own, and he described something that reminded me of what I failed to see. I have always known. A true curse and my greatest blessing. So, this one's, I have to read like this. So I sat in those wood chips totally alone in a sea of thousands, and I watched them take shapes I'd never seen beneath me. I stared in awe, and I wondered at this brilliant display, the people walking by, good weather, distant musics. I had really been quite depressed up until that point. I was always quite rebellious also, but I had not discovered real medicine until that moment, because my thoughts were, I have finally arrived. I'm experiencing happiness. This is what this is what it means to be free. I've solved it. I'm here. I finally did it. I'm happy. And being in a sea of thousands is also how I found this beloved, though less profound. Of all the people around me, I found them to absolutely be the most beautiful. So I avoid any way of talking to them for 16 years until I was truly ready to see, understand, and fully realize such a divine moment for what it is meant to be. A karmic lesson, probably. But only if you're learning, yeah? And the reward of resisting the fruit of a tree without the flowers indicating that it is ready to be plucked and fully devoured by the buds of such a thirsting tongue, enjoying the perfectly sweet serenity of goddamn everything you ever dreamed. That is only a bit of what love is to me, but hearts nor people are fruits on a tree. These pages, they just like the way they wind in and out. It's not a diary. Shh. Listen, you gotta tell a story. You're gonna call this Ram Dass's diary? He details his entire time at Harvard and every single psychedelic trip he took in the first 10 years that he was doing psilocybin. So, is this a diary? Would you call this a diary? Would you call this a diary? Does this look like... I'm sorry. Does this look like a diary? Is this what you would call a diary? I'm curious. Would you call this a diary? Because why would you call this a diary? Because I'm a girl? Think about it. I'm just asking. You don't have to answer. I'm just asking. It's not an autobiography either. Over the years, I had a slew of erratic behavioral episodes and unhinged work, social, and love life. But even at the very bottom of every bottomed out, I always got back up because of something I didn't fully understand, but definitely did know. I have hope. You see, I hadn't stayed on drugs very long, brief period in the damn grand, but I knew I didn't need them anymore. I learned happiness was possible, and I made it my mission to figure out how to create and maintain that very state of being, happy but also relieved, without the help of anything at all. And yeah, sometimes I wish I hadn't done that because I really needed the medicine. I now understand the treacherous swings to be tied to my uterine cycle, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, or PMDD. It is more complicated than I care to describe, because unless you have it, you'll never understand why we feel. I thought how we feel. It derives from certain things like stuff considered, I don't even know, traumatizing and ugly. It affected me for 20 years, so it always falls. Life got away, the pain, it felt like I lost so much life to the pain, and it said it slid away, but still I dreamed, and so much cleanup, and Something I had no control over, but the madness consumed. I was scared. Really needed that medicine. But I stopped. I found something else. Didn't want to feel so socially unacceptable, but this was worse. I got sober. It hurt. A lot. I needed the medicine, my God. I needed the medicine, my God. I was pretty sure I found what I was meant to do and who I was supposed to be, but I didn't trust it because I had not yet understood my own knowing. But I knew. I wanted love and acceptance too. Tried for validation, tried to get approved, but I had to ask myself WWYD. And in time, I'd realize that question is the same as what would I do? Because the why is you. But also it's me because I'm Yoshimi, and I thought that since I was 19 and I knew it not enough, you know? If I proved anything, it's that I'm tough. But who wants to be tough all the time? Not me, I'm tired. I hate instilling fear in others. For a long time, I had not seen the fear that was binding others to me. I could joke about being mean or intimidating, but these people still looked at me. Oh, these people still loved me, didn't they? But they didn't, not in a real way anyway. When I was feared, I got anything I wanted all the time with ease. But I didn't want to be feared, I wanted to be loved. So when I let go of the animosity that kept everybody on their toes, I found I struggled more than ever to recover. I had no idea love would be so fucking isolating, but there I was, being soft and vulnerable, honest and compassionate, trying to be less blunt and brutal. It goes okay, but alone. Is everybody just trolling me tonight? Is this like none of my followers have actually liked me this whole time? Why do you guys keep calling this a fucking diary? Honestly. You think that I would put this much effort and time and love into a diary? Do you know what a diary is? And would you ever say that to a man? Would you ever say that to a fucking man? Like, literally ask yourself that. Again, did you call this a diary when we read this out loud and we read about how Ram Dass talked about his mommy and daddy? Was this his diary? Am I talking about mommy and daddy? Am I telling you how, I was a Harvard professor? No, I'm telling you a story about tripping when I was a teenager and how I learned a bunch of life lessons that some of y'all really need to fucking hear, okay? So if one more person wants to come at me about a diary, get fucked, bro. You need it. I'm sorry, but that's incredibly rude because not once when I read this whole fucking book out loud to any of you did you call it a fucking diary, bro. No. And I didn't read this all tonight. I've been reading it on stream night after night after night after night. And nobody at any point, even though he talks about, do your work, watch your speech, watch your thought. At this moment, your body before you is taken. Wow. He talks about this time he was sitting in a circle with his friends in a house and they sat around a kid and they made the kid stop crying. Is this a fucking diary? Is this Ram Dass's diary? I don't care who any of you are. Insult me again and get fucked. Get blocked. I don't fucking care. And this is supposed to be the book of love. And look at this hate you're invoking in me because you want to just insult it and call it names and belittle me for being a woman, for being a girl. Even though I'm doing exactly what these men have done. I am doing exactly what these men have done. But when I do it, that's so cute. You're so pretty. Is it a diary? What in the goddamn actual fuck is wrong with y'all? And why are you so sexist? Those are my two questions. What in the actual fuck is wrong with y'all and why are you so sexist? Thank you. Nobody said diary though. You did. And they did. And that's not what this is. And once again, why are y'all calling this a diary but not this? Why is this not a diary? Why is this not a diary? Why is this not a diary? This is why women need to be in spirituality. That's so fucking weird. It's just weird and rude. Don't belittle my teachings because you want to belittle me because I am a pretty woman who decided to speak. Oh, is this your diary? You think I would fucking hand fold a fucking diary? No. The fuck is wrong with y'all? It's not even worth reading, dude. It's not because none of it's true. Because there is no love in this world. Is that what you would rather hear? Is that this was something that didn't even work out for me. It's something that I have a hard time believing because I can have the teachings and I can channel the messages and I can write the poetry. But that doesn't mean I get to just live it. That doesn't mean I'm just happy. That doesn't mean that I'm just in love with a person. That's not what this is about. And if you actually listen to what I said instead of just looking at me and thinking you have a chance with me by talking to me and being nice to me, then you might actually learn a goddamn thing or two. Fucking annoying. Can't even read this book that everybody's been saying, wow, that was so helpful. This was so cool. I really resonated with that. Every night that I've read this book, but not tonight. No? Why not? Why not? Because it's a diary now? Wrong crowd, huh? But now you just ruined it. Because now somebody can't even watch the replay and hear the whole thing be read because we had to stop and correct your ass. Cool. That's too fucking bad, isn't it?